Hey, so today is Saturday, January 9th, and yeah, hold that thought. Today is January 9th, 2021. Just got inside from enjoying a little fire in my solo stove Titan. This is what it looked like. Pretty cold out tonight, and supposed to be chances of rain later. It's not that cold. It's still 47 degrees out right now, so it's not terrible. Got my little solo stove Titan going here, and it makes a beautiful little fire. So I'm gonna add a little more wood to that. Let me get it cooking so we can get some heat going here. Once it does get going, it's got a pretty nice flame, and there's no smoke, which is really cool. And when it's done, there's like very little ash left too. So I bought the Solo Stove Bonfire, which is it's their 20-inch pit, thinking that I was going to get some use out of that, but I can't use it here on the patio, and with all that's going on, there's really no place to take it to enjoy it. So I ended up getting, for the Christmas special, they had these Solo Stove Titans, and if you bought one, you got another one free. So got two of them. I gave one to Raven. I don't know if she's ever going to use hers, but I've been using mine pretty often. Probably burn it about 2 or 3 times a week. And what's great is that it burns really hot and virtually smokeless, unless the wood is sticking out over the top of the ring here. You can cook over it. Got it sitting up on a piece of, here, move this down a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got it sitting on a piece of soapstone, so that dissipates the heat pretty well, because I've got it sitting on this little wooden table, but I've never had to worry about it because this soapstone works great. Yeah, I usually just sit out here and listen to music and have a small cocktail. You see the pieces of wood that I'm putting in here, they are like, finger sized. And you just keep feeding these things in there and it will burn beautifully. So I bought a little packet of firewood, and I've burned this thing probably at least 7 or 8 times already, and I still have about half of that thing of firewood left because it's so efficient at burning wood. The hardest part is chopping it up into little pieces. What I end up doing is I split the logs down in my front of my garage, and then I get my little Ryobi battery-powered handsaw or circular saw, and then cut them into about 3 or 4 inch pieces, and fill up a box. So you can see I got a box of wood right here, and they're bigger chunks, so I end up using this Schrade. It's a knife, but really it's best used for, it's got a big flat end on it here where you can bang it with a hammer if you had to, if you had bigger pieces of wood, but to do this stuff I just bang it on the floor and it does just fine. But yeah, I like burning my little stove. There's something about fire that's just very relaxing and comforting, and even though I'm stuck here in this apartment for a while, I can still enjoy some of the pleasures of the outdoors. I'm hoping that someday that will change a little bit and be able to get out and do some stuff. I do have an idea rattling around in my head. I've been watching these things on YouTube, and I've seen some of these guys that get ambulances that have been taken out of service, and they kind of fit them out as little tiny homes or campers, and it looks like a really good idea. I mean, these things are out of the box. They're already insulated really well. They have a bunch of lockable outdoor storage, like a fire truck does. Inside, they have a bunch of cabinets that are already in place, so you don't have to like reinvent the wheel. So really, it might just be a matter of getting some solar on there, a bed, and a galley, and probably be good to go. So yeah, that's my crazy idea that I have. I don't know if it's gonna come to fruition or not, but we'll see. Never hurts to dream, right? In the meantime, I can sit next to my fire. Make believe I'm camping, you know? Yeah, little itsy bitsy pieces of wood. They work great. This box will last me an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm not going to bore you for an hour and a half or 2 hours, though, that's for sure. The world is a crazy place. And we're all in for the show. So, got to get some pleasure wherever you can. Right? Right. But yeah, something about fire just makes you feel like you're at home. You know, like you're doing something natural. I did get a pair of 100-watt folding solar panels from Rockpal. So those came in today, and I'm waiting on a little solar generator from Bluetti, which is it's a 500 amp hour, has like a 300-watt inverter. It's got a built-in MPPT controller, so it's like an all-in-one little power station. And so once I get that in, I'll be able to hook up my solar panels to it, and maybe be able to take that on a little trip. I also have a little portable fridge that runs either off of 12 volt or 110, and that little power station should run that for probably about 2 days. Did a little test on it the other day when I first got it, plugged it into the wall and took it from 60 degrees Fahrenheit to 32 degrees Fahrenheit in a little under 19 minutes. So it's actually very efficient. It's only 23 quart, it's not real big, but you know, the way I eat, I can fit 2 or 3 days worth of food in that thing. So yeah, I've got all these things that I want to try, just they all got to come together. 300-watt inverter is not very powerful, so like you're not going to be running like a heater off it or, God forbid, an air conditioner. But if this thing works out, I think later on I may plan on getting something with a much bigger inverter on it and a little more battery capacity, because then that would definitely make boondocking very viable. Until then, I got my fire. Alright, well, anyway, just wanted to share my fire with you and my story. Peace. Talk to you later. Bye. And it was all going really, really well, and I'm sitting there chopping up some firewood, but unfortunately it was a little dark out there, and I chopped a nice little chunk out of my finger, which actually a little bit more than a chunk. So when I put it in my mouth, I bit down, and I realized that there was some flesh there between my teeth. So anyway, I looked everywhere. I have no Band-Aids. I have no Neosporin. I have nothing. So I'm just like kind of soaking it up right now. I think I've got it to where it stopped bleeding. And I'm going to just wrap it up with some duct tape because that's all I got. So until tomorrow anyway. But yeah, I really enjoyed my fire. After I got done making that little piece of video, turned on some music, listened to some country, and enjoyed about another 45 minutes of fire, and then came inside and said, hey, okay, let's wrap this up and cover the wound that we incurred during our fire. So anyway, today I decided I am going to start downsizing. I know I live in a 600 square foot apartment. How much more can you downsize? Quite a bit, actually. So I decided I am going to start finding everything that I don't really need and either disposing of it, giving it away, donating it, selling it, something, because I am going to try to minimize my belongings down to just the real essentials of what I need. Before I was talking about, while I was sitting there out on the patio enjoying my fire, I was talking about the ambulance thing. Did I mention the ambulance thing? I think I did. I don't know. This Makers is doing its job. Hey, it's Saturday night, right? But anyway, yeah, I want to see just how small I can make my footprint and then go from there. Because it's a project like anything else. It's just a project. And I think that it would be good to see how little I can do with, and then I can always expand from there, right? So anyway, that's my Saturday night. How was your Saturday night? All right, peace. Talk to you later. Bye.